What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. Now, if it's your first time here, do me a huge favor by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at the Yeezy Desert Boot in the oil colorway. Let's go ahead and get started with the box. Now, this, you got a little bit of a, your typical cardboard box, but as you can see, you got Desert Boot on the top there. And it's a pretty big box, obviously, because it's, got boots in it. On this side, you've got your size tag information. I picked this up in a US men's size 10. And we'll talk about sizing a little bit later because that's going to be a pretty important part of the video. Now, here we have it. The Yeezy Desert Boot in the oil colorway. Now, I actually picked this up. I can't remember exactly the exact release date of this shoe. But it might have been like a couple years ago when they first dropped. And honestly, they sat online pretty much everywhere. You could have grabbed a pair easily. I remember that when they dropped, I bought several pairs because I was so unsure about the sizing. I had to buy one, send one back, try this one, send that back, go through all that. So hopefully I can help you guys out with a little sizing information. But let's go ahead and take a look at the shoe. All right, so as you probably guessed it, you can see here that the Yeezy Desert Boot has a lot of similarities to the Yeezy 500. You can see all of that with these suede hits all over the shoe on both the lateral and medial sides. And you've got these kind of like little pods of mesh here that are also reminiscent of what you see on the 500. On the lateral side, you've got all of those hits from the 500. And then you've also got this kind of really thick, chunky midsole here. It's pretty heavy, pretty durable. And you've got this rubber piece that runs along the entire side, like the mud guard of the shoe right here, which is really nice. If you were gonna wear it like in the rain or something like that, just have to remember to be careful with the suede. Also, taking a look at the toe box, you can also see that kind of another hit from the 500. And this is pretty much a 500 if you haven't guessed it, in a boot form. And moving up from there, you got a mesh tongue and the 3M striping right here down the middle of that tongue there. All right. And you've also got kind of oil or brown rope laces. All right. Now, taking a look at the medial side of the shoe, you guessed it, pretty much the same thing, y'all. I did forget to mention, like, those kind of eyelets right there are also from the 500, if you didn't know that, and they're suede. All right. And I can see it kind of shining in the light here. It's been a while since I've looked at these. There is 3M kind of tubing that runs along the top portion, like right along here, if you guys can see that. Right along the top all the way around the shoe. That's 3M as well. All right. Now, taking a look at the heel of the shoe, another better look at that kind of chunky midsole that runs up the back there. And then you've got more suede and mesh that wraps around the ankle collar. All right. Okay, now let's take a look at the outsole. A pretty basic outsole, but now that I'm looking at this, it reminds me of something. I don't have them here, but the bottom looks very similar to the Yeezy slides. I just thought about that, except for like the Yeezy slide have these like ridges right here, except it's all the way down the outsole and not on the boot. It's kind of like, got that missing piece in the middle. You got your Adidas logo instead of like ridges on the entire bottom. All right. I just thought about that. I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this somewhere. And then, oh, the slides that just came out. Cool. All right, let's see about the insole here. I don't think I've taken this. Okay. So you got a brown insole with kind of tan Adidas Yeezy Ortholite text. All right, and then you've got all that on the back side of it. Okay. Now, that'll be about all for the Adidas Yeezy Desert Boot in the oil colorway. Now, as always, before we get into our on feet, I'm giving you my final thoughts. Is the Yeezy Desert Boot a must pick up? I'm gonna say in these two colorways, yes. Now, I wanted to be, particular in calling that out because I wasn't necessarily a fan of that kind of blue taupe colorway that dropped earlier this year. I mean, it's okay, but it just wasn't for me. but I think the oil and the rock colorway are just really nice. And for some reason, I bought this one. I could have got any of them when they first dropped, but I gravitated towards this oil colorway because you can really wear this dark brown with a lot of different things. Obviously, you can wear the rock as well, but I feel like this dark brown just would look good with a lot of different, clothing. As far as the sizing, now this is going to be something that's I have a lot of questions myself on the sizing, but I'll just tell you my experience. Now, this is a US men's size 10, okay? My foot, I'm about, let's say, a true size 9, and I would say that in most like New Balances I can wear a size 9. But I usually buy 9.5 in all my shoes, so then I can no worries, I should be able to wear it across any shoe, okay? So I consider myself a 9.5. Now, well, my Yeezy 350 size is a 9.5, which is technically a half size up, and they fit pretty good. Same thing for my Yeezy 700s, my Yeezy 500s, yeah, 9.5 in those. Now, in the desert boot, like I said, this is a size 10. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, keep in mind that would be a full size up for me. My toe is literally at the end of this boot. Now, I know I checked the Yeezy Supply site, and I know it said a full size up. Technically, this is a full size up for me. So I'm gonna try and go for a 10.5. Part of me thinks that I could probably wear the 11, but I don't want to run the risk of getting it too big, But I got a feeling that I could probably wear that 11, which sounds crazy. But I'll tell you right now, once you put this shoe on, in my full size up, my toe is not banging against the front of the shoe, but it's right there. I don't like that feeling at all, which is probably why I've only worn these maybe twice. Who knows? You can tell they haven't been worn much at all. But speaking of their release, I didn't mention where they were dropping. So they're dropping on the Adidas Confirmed app. You can enter the raffle right now. Obviously on Yeezy Supply on Monday, September 13th as well. And I also saw they had raffles open right now on the Sneakers and Stuff app, as well as in clothing. So those are 4 places that you can go check out now. Adidas Confirmed, Sneakers and Stuff, and the in clothing raffle you can enter now. Yeezy Supply, they're dropping on the website September 13th, Monday. Okay, now that's a lot. So sizing, keep in mind, my Yeezy 350 size is a 9.5. I bought this in a 10, which would technically be a full size up for me, and they're still tight. And I think it's because of all the materials you see. It doesn't look like a slim shoe because it's not. But it's all these different materials and that mesh and the tongue and everything. It's just kind of a tight shoe. And see how the back of this shoe kind of slants? I think it kind of pushes your foot forward just a little bit. But that little bit matters because now my toes are at the front of the shoe. So for me personally, I would definitely say go at least, for some people I have a wide foot, but I don't think that really matters here because it's not a width issue. It is a length issue here. I would say at least a half size up. I'm going to say full size in my opinion. You got to go a full size up because otherwise your toes are going to be hitting the front of the shoe. I'm going to go for a full size and a half because these just don't fit, the way I like them to fit. Now, before we end the video, I also have the Yeezy Season 7 Desert Boot that I kind of just wanted to show you guys because this is the taupe colorway, which is similar to the rock. And I just wanted to talk about the differences a little bit. Now, the Yeezy Season Desert Boot is the boot that Kanye West and the Yeezy brand manufactured before Adidas took over the manufacturing for this shoe and made the Desert Boot. So this is the Adidas branding. As you can see, you've got Adidas on the sole here. And on this one, you've got Season 7. All right. Now, the main difference between these two is you can tell, for example, the mesh on the Yeezy Season Desert Boot is a little bit more, it seems to be slightly more plush. The suede is it's about the same, maybe a little bit nicer. So you get a lot nicer materials on this one, and it's a lot heavier. You can tell that the midsole and outsole especially, is a lot heavier. So you just get better materials on this Yeezy Season 7 boot. But to be honest with you, This right here, the sizing on this is even more complicated. This is a 9.5, so these fit, I mean, my toe is at the end of the shoe, but they fit a little bit slimmer too. So as you can see, look at the toe box of the Adidas boot versus the Yeezy season boot. Hopefully y'all can see that there. All right. See how slim the Yeezy season boot is in the toe? And look how wide the Adidas is. So I just wanted to call out some of these differences here so you could see them. And I know, you know, these obviously they've been sold out and done for a while. But when these actually, when they were transitioning, I believe they were transitioning from the Yeezy branded to the Adidas boot. These were on Yeezy Supply going like heavily discounted, but I didn't buy them, and like, you know, the sizing was all weird and whatnot. So honestly, never worn these. These don't fit. Love the colorway, so uncomfortable, I don't know what to do with them. And they come in a nice box with a dust bag and everything. The presentation was really nice. Yeah, so guys, I know that was a lot, but again, just want to reiterate, at least a full size up in the Yeezy Desert boot. Thank you for watching, guys. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.